Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. I explain this on the upload on my main channel of almost 300,000 subscribers. Hit subscribe there and here. Trump strikes positive tone on Tim Walz after phone call with Minnesota governor. So this is a very positive occurrence. And all Walz and others could have done in Minnesota is allow, in the beginning, ICE agents to go to prisons and jails instead of patrolling neighborhoods to find people they were looking for with a long history of criminal records or warrants. And so they didn't allow that. A lot of jurisdictions, like Democratic-run states and cities, don't allow and try to make it as difficult as possible for ICE agents to locate and arrest or rearrest or detain criminal, undocumented, who have committed criminal acts. And so oftentimes they're actually located at the jail or prison. But ICE doesn't know that, so they look around and try to find the person. DOJ investigating Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, over alleged conspiracy to impede immigration agents. They know that likely the quote-unquote walls are closing in on them, which is what they always said about Trump, and he became a two-term president. They're actively obstructing. See, this is not about protest. We know that because deportations hit a 10-year high in 2024. There was no protest there. There was no protest, or very few, and it wasn't covered in the same manner, and ICE wasn't vilified during Biden's administration. ICE wasn't vilified during President Obama's administration when people were, young children were orphaned by deportation. And then you hear the nonsense, well, it wasn't a policy. It wasn't a policy under Obama. Yes, it was a policy. Right here, you have another article. U.S. immigration policy leaves behind orphans of deportation. Families were literally being torn apart all the time. And then you have Biden-appointed judge. Okay, so gives President Trump and ICE a victory. Okay, so they're allowed to enforce existing immigration laws. The issue was that Democrats in Minnesota made it very difficult. They did not make it difficult for Biden when there was a 10-year high in deportations in 2024. They did not make it difficult when there are same abuses going on, private prisons under Biden. Okay, 3 years into the Biden administration, the number of people held in ICE detention continues to grow, and private prison companies hold an increasingly tight grip on the mass immigration detention system. So the Biden administration, what they did is allow 12 million people in or more, and then say, oh, look, we have a 10-year high. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're not really doing anything to enforce immigration laws. It's just that a whole lot of people are coming in, and nobody said anything when ICE deported more people, or just as many, as what President Obama did in 2014. Anyway, hit subscribe. Go to the main channel right now, H.A. Goodman as well. Thank you.